Hi guys, this is Skylar back with another video. This time I'm wanting to do a continuation from the video I did before with the tumblers. This is the Yeti, the Arctic, the Twin Peaks, and the Ozark Trail. This one I'm going to be doing a heat test. The heat won't hold as long as the cold was, so this should be a much shorter video as far as the time span, where the other one lasted I think 28 hours. This one I'm expecting maybe 6 or 8 hours. So I'll be coming back every couple hours and checking it out. I'll be doing it much like I did the other, testing outside temperature and inside temperature, and I'll be putting the exact same amount of water into each one. So we're going to see how it goes. Stick around guys, I think this one will be pretty cool. Okay guys, well what we're going to do is I'm going to leave the lids off and cap them all as evenly as possible as far as time in there. I have the water ready to go, and it may be cooling, but it's all cool and even, so you know, everything's as fair as I can be. What I'm going to be doing is filling them up 3 cups into each one, capping them, getting measurements from the inside and outside, and I'll do that. I'm thinking either every 1 hour, every 2. I'll check it after 1 and see how the difference is. But I'll decide on the increments and see how it's going on, how to keep you guys updated as I do this. Anyway, let's get started. I'm going to fill these things up with some water. And there is the Ozark Trail. So I'm going to get a measurement and see how far off they are from me doing this. 158. Cooled down fast on the top there. 160. 60. Okay. As even as I can get them. Now let's cap them off. Okay, the outside temperature on those 73.4, 73, 72.8, and 72.5. That probably has something to do with the difference in timing, but I got it as close as I can, so this will only be just a matter of seconds for the difference. And of course in the beginning that will make it jump a little bit, but hopefully you'll be satisfied that this is as fair and as close as I can get them myself. So I'll move these up here. Them all in the shot. And anyway guys, I'm going to check these. I'll check them in an hour and see if there's enough of a difference. And if not, then I'll wait till 2 hours to update you. But anyway, we'll be back in just a little bit. Hey guys, okay, well it's been another hour, so I'm going to go through the same process here. Yeti first, and by the way, it is very impressive that you touch the outside and you don't feel anything. That's one of the cool things about these tumblers. I always thought it was pretty neat. Of course you do feel some heat up top, and that's where you're losing it from, but even that's not too bad. 72.5 on the Yeti, 72.3 on the Arctic, 73 on the Twin Peaks, and 73 on the Ozark Trail. Okay, so the insides. Of course I lose heat every time I open these like this, but it's the only way I can really test them. 145.5. Again, this is all in Fahrenheit, obviously. 144.3 on the Arctic. 144.3 142.3, the Twin Peaks. And lastly, 145.2 on the Ozark Trail. So very impressive. And I'll be back again in about another hour. Okay guys, well, it has been 4 hours since I put the water in here. So we're going to go through the same test. Yeti, 73.2. Rtic, 72.8. Twin Peaks, 73. And Ozark Trail, 72.8. $135. Smell it a little. 135.1. $133.7. That was the Rtic there. And this is the Snow Peak. And then lastly the Ozark Trail. $134.4. Still all pretty much the same. Alright, and like I said, it has been a while, so we'll do it again in another hour. Okay guys, well, I was a little bit late getting back here. It's actually been about 5 hours and 40 minutes since we started the whole test. So, coming up on 6 hours. Let's check them. Outside, oops, let me see what in here. 70, 72, 71, 71, 71. And actually I went back to the Yeti again. It's also 71. I must have hit a hot spot somewhere or something. So they're all same temperature. Okay. One thing that my wife brought to my attention is how some of them seem to be harder to open than others. Well, that is kind of true. The seal may be stronger on some than on others. But if you like the seal on the Yeti, for example, you can order just the caps, and they're all interchangeable, so you can put whatever cap you wanted to. So if you found out that one of them, you just didn't like the way the mouth felt or anything like that, you can buy one of the others. They're only a few dollars. In fact, there's some upgrades to these all over eBay and Amazon. Okay. 122. And I'm going to do a touch test here that is well within hot coffee range to drink. To me, anyway. $124. That's the Rtic. First one was the Yeti. $125 on the Twin Peaks. 126 on the Ozark. I'm sorry, on the Arctic. I'm sorry, it is Ozark. Okay, well, what I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to run it. I'm just going to, just for curiosity, I'm going to call it a work day. I won't check it again at 7. I'm basically going to check it at the 8-hour mark, which they were only supposed to go to 6, which is about where they're at now. So I'm going to check them again at the 8-hour mark, just because I'm curious. And we'll see how they would do through an entire work day. So I'll be back then. Hi guys, back with the last part of this. Wanted to give you some information. The Yeti, do go through the normal tests. 72.3. The Rtic is 72.1. The Twin Peaks is 72.1. And the Ozark Trails is 71.6. Go ahead and take the lids off. And this is Fahrenheit again, 111.5. $109.7. The Twin Peaks, 111.2. And on the Ozark Trail, 111.0. So, the coffee is, I can't put my finger in it, and it's not like scalding hot obviously anymore, but it is definitely drinkable, and that is after 8 hours. Conclusion to me is that they're all pretty much equal, and for the difference going from a $9 tumbler to a $40 tumbler, I'll take the Ozark Trail every day. So, that's pretty much it, guys. The only thing I will say is that on some of them, and I know Yeti does this too, I don't know if Rtic does, but I do know that Twin Peaks does some special designs. I'll put some of those up as you'll see them on the screen now. Those are some of the things that he does, you know, as far as, you know, Star Wars stuff. He does a few other things. Here in Georgia, Braves fans, Georgia fans, things like that. So, that's one thing to consider if you want it customized. Anyway, guys, that's it. Hope this helped. And please like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video real soon.